Hello lovely souls, and welcome back to part 2 of the Vesica Piscis video. Okay, we've explored the geometry, the symbolism, the portals, the memories. But how do we step into the real teachings behind it all? The Vesica Piscis is not just a shape, it is the map of consciousness itself. Most spiritual paths overcomplicate awakening. They talk about chakras, light bodies, angels, guides, timelines, dimensions, and all of that is real. But it's all built on one underlying structure, 2 circles of awareness merging to create a third field. This is the structure behind your intuition, your purpose, your shadow work, your healing, your manifestation, your identity shifts, your relationships, your emotional patterns, your spiritual evolution, your nervous system, your boundaries, your soul growth. Every transformation you've ever gone through has followed the shape of the Vesica Piscis. 2 versions of you overlapped, and in the centre, a new version was born. Let's break this down clearly so you can feel it in your body. Stage 1, the 2 circles, which are separation. You live in duality. You feel disconnected from your intuition, your self-worth, your boundaries, your power, your purpose, your truth, your inner voice. This is where 95% of you all live. You may feel lost, broken, which you are not, by the way, overwhelmed, taken advantage of, ungrounded, exhausted, stuck, confused, unworthy. This is not failure. This is the first stage of the awakening, the stage where the soul prepares for integration. Now, let's move on to the overlap, the Vesica Piscis opening. This is when things start happening fast. You question your old identity. Your intuition becomes louder. Old friendships fall away. You feel between the worlds. You don't relate to who you were. You feel pulled towards something higher. You feel the call to change your life. You have awakening symptoms. That's what these are. You may crave solitude. You suddenly can't tolerate the bullshit anymore. You feel emotional and raw. This is the Vesica opening inside of you. The sacred overlap is forming. It is holy. It is uncomfortable. It is powerful. It is life-changing. This is also where the fear voice gets louder because your ego senses the shift. And this is where the work that I do is so crucial, because without guidance, people can get stuck in this stage for years. I know I did before I sought help and guidance from my coach. But this is the ascended state. This is when you know yourself, trust yourself, honor yourself, protect your energy, speak with confidence, and stop apologizing for your needs. Stop tolerating the chaos. Stop abandoning your truth. Feel grounded, feel empowered, feel spiritually attuned, feel emotionally stable. Feel aligned with your purpose. Feel your soul leading your life. This is where the Vesica Piscis becomes a new wholeness, a new version of you, higher identity, a soul-anchored truth. This is the stage where manifestation will just flow. Your intuition will sharpen. Relationships elevate. Boundaries become effortless. Your nervous system is regulated. Your energy field becomes magnetic. Your soul mission becomes super clear. This is where you lead from. This is why I want you to follow me. You are the embodiment of the 3rd circle. Now I want us to step into something sacred. The rite of the Golden Circle was an ancient Lemurian and Atlantean ritual where initiates were guided into the exact center of the Vesica Piscis to awaken their divine identity. I want you to take you on a little journey. You can close your eyes if you want to. You're standing in a circular chamber, illuminated by golden light. The air is warm, humming with frequency. A group of priestesses stand around you, chanting softly. They draw 2 circles in the air, one of white light, one of gold. Where they overlap, a shimmering Vesica Piscis opens like a doorway. A priestess steps forward and places her hand on your heart. She whispers, "Step into the center and meet the version of you who remembers." You take a breath, you step forward, and as you cross the threshold, your fears fall away, your past dissolves, your doubt softens, your power rises, your soul ignites, your heart opens, your identity shifts, your body expands, your intuition awakens, your purpose becomes clear. This is the rite of the Golden Center. The moment your soul says, I'm ready. You can open your eyes now if you close them. Let's deepen this. The Vesica Piscis applies to every layer of existence. First, the physical layer. Your body is the meeting point between earth and spirit. The second is the emotional layer. Your emotions arise from the overlap of your inner and outer world. The third is the mental layer. Your mind sits between conditioned thinking, soul knowing. The fourth is the energetic layer. Your aura is built from overlapping circles of light. The five is the soul layer. Your incarnation paths come from the overlap of your past lives, your future potential. The more aligned your layers become, the more powerful your Vesica Piscis becomes. So what are the consequences of not living from your center? If you don't live from your Vesica center, your intuition can become confusing. Your intuition becomes confusing. Your emotions become overwhelming. Your boundaries can collapse. Your relationships can drain you. Your purpose can feel foggy. Your energy scatters. Your confidence can drop. Your manifestations just stall. Your spiritual gifts misfire, and you feel lost. This is not because you're broken, it's because your circles are not overlapping. Your divine geometry is out of alignment. Boundaries are the structure that allow consciousness to overlap. The Vesica Piscis within your chakras. Okay, brace yourself, because this is where we connect the geometry to your body, your energy and your awakening. Every chakra is a circle of energy. When two chakras activate together, their frequencies will overlap, and that overlap forms the Vesica Piscis. This is why the deepest awakenings feel like pressure, buzzing, heat, expansion, emotional release, clarity, even downloads. Your body is literally creating portals between dimensions inside of you. So let's break this down. The root and the sacral equals the birth portal. This is the Vesica of safety, stability, creativity, sexual energy, trauma healing, grounded manifestation. When these two activate together, you feel an ignition in the pelvic and lower belly. The original Vesica Piscis of incarnation and rebirth. This is where childhood trauma lives and where divine power can emerge. The solar plexus and the heart. This equals the empowered self. This Vesica Piscis is the center of self-worth, courage, emotional clarity, intuitive power, boundaries, self-trust. It is the moment your confidence and your compassion overlap. When this opens, you stop tolerating the bullshit. You stop apologizing. You stop shrinking. This is the Vesica of I love you, but I choose me. This is also the Vesica most people are terrified of, because stepping into it means ending the patterns that feel familiar, but they also are draining. The heart and the throat. This equals the truth speaker. This Vesica Piscis is your truth, integrity, boundaries, communication, healing, emotional honesty. This is the geometry of the no. That doesn't work for me. I need space. I deserve better. I'm not available for that anymore. I know most of you are going to be terrified of this portal because it's the one where truth becomes non-negotiable. But once you activate it, life gets real. Life gets aligned. Life gets powerful. Let's move on to the throat and the third eye, because this one, when they overlap, is the visionary self. This Vesica is the channel of intuitive speech, clairvoyance, psychic knowing, claircognizance, prophecy, channeled wisdom, multidimensional insight. This is where you start speaking truth you don't know you knew, where your soul takes over the conversation, where your voice becomes an instrument. This is the Vesica you channel from. Now, the third eye and the crown, when they overlap, this equals the ascended mind. This Vesica is the cosmic awareness, unity consciousness, divine intelligence, the Christ frequency, the remembering of other lifetimes, the awakening of the light body. When this portal opens, you'll start having deja vus, timeline merges, downloads, precognitive dreams, maybe even out-of-body sensations, Lemurian memories. This is where you step into your spiritual identity. Okay, here is a truth that no one on YouTube has the guts or the wisdom to say. There is no spiritual awakening without nervous system regulation. None. Zero. Full stop. Because the Vesica Piscis is not just a spiritual symbol. It's the geometry of how the nervous system integrates expansion. Two states overlap. Fight and flight. Calm and rest. Where you meet, the vesica forms and the overlap is called. This is called the window of tolerance. This is why spiritual downloads can overwhelm you, where you can have emotional spirals, where intuition becomes confusing, where your boundaries can collapse, relationships can drain you. You feel too much. You struggle to be seen or speak up. Awakening feels terrifying. Your nervous system is not broken. It's unregulated, and an unregulated system can't hold the vesica. You cannot become divine consciousness while your human system is in survival mode. So who do you become when you activate your portals? When the Vesica Piscis awakens inside you, you don't just heal, you evolve. You become grounded, radiant, intuitive, clear, compassionate, discerning, magnetic, confident, deeply connected and fully embodied, spiritually sovereign. You stop trying to be liked. You stop chasing validation. You stop abandoning your needs, and you stop giving away your power. You become a portal, a walking Vesica Piscis, a gateway of consciousness, a person who activates others simply by existing. Your presence becomes healing, clarifying, stabilizing, inspiring, activating. I don't want you to just listen to this information. I want you to feel your geometry, because once you step into your Vesica center, your identity shifts permanently. You become the third circle, the integrated self. This is the identity of someone who knows their worth, honors their boundaries, trusts their intuition, leads with purpose, speaks with truth, listens to their body, embraces their soul, and manifests with clarity. You create consciously. You choose yourself every time. This is why this work is life-changing, because this work is to guide you where you're always meant to be. So I want you to imagine standing in a sacred chamber made entirely of polished crystal. In front of you is a mirror of golden light. But this mirror doesn't reflect your face. It reflects your fractals, the infinite versions of you across timelines. The mirror shifts. It ripples like water. The Vesica Piscis appears on its surface. You step closer. The priestesses beside you whispers, "You are not who you were. Vesica's not who they wanted you to be. You are who you decided to become." You take a breath. You step into the mirror. The moment you cross the Vesica, you feel the shift. You become the version of you who remembers your own power. If you close your eyes, you can open them now. All right, we've traveled far. We've gone deep. We've opened portals, unlocked memories, walked through temples, and placed your soul back inside its geometry. Now we enter the highest teachings. The Vesica Piscis is the first pattern in the universe. Everything that ever existed came from this one moment. Source becomes aware of itself. From the Vesica Piscis comes light, sound, matter, DNA, dimensions, planets, consciousness, the laws of physics, the architecture of the soul, the mechanics of manifestation, the pathways of awakening. It is the Big Bang in spiritual language, the moment creation split into two, so that it could know itself through the third. You are the third. You are the I, born from the universal Vesica. This is why your awakening feels like a return home. You're returning to the shape your soul came from. Most people don't know this, but your soul contract, the blueprint you chose before incarnating, is stored inside the Vesica. Your soul sits in one circle, your earthly life sits in the other. Your contract is the overlap, the Vesica where your divine purpose meets your human experience. This is where your life path number awakens. Your karmic lessons will arise. Your gifts activate. Your challenges refine you. Your destiny will unfold. Your intuition guides you. Your desires magnetize you. When your contract feels off, it's because your circles are out of sync. Your alignment isn't broken, it's miscalibrated. So let's go even deeper. When you leave the physical body, you pass through the Vesica Piscis again. And when you choose a new incarnation, you're entering through the same geometry. This is why near-death experiences describe tunnels of light, oval-shaped portals, openings in the veil, ripples in reality, eye-shaped gateways. It's all the same shape, the same passage, the same doorway. Death is not an ending, it's a crossing. Birth is not a beginning, It's a return. The Vesica Piscis holds the memory of every lifetime you've ever lived. And when you stare into it now, in this lifetime, you awaken the wisdom of all the lives that came through before. So here's something powerful that was passed down from the ancient priesthoods. In the era of the collapse and the awakening, the rememberers will rise. That's you and me. Those who carry the codes of the Vesica will return to guide the world back into balance. They foretold a time when people would feel lost, boundaries would collapse, emotions would overflow, identity would fracture, truth would be distorted, souls would forget who they are. Does any of this sound familiar? I know it does to me. This is the era they predicted. And the people drawn to this video, you are the rememberers. You are the ones who feel ancient, think differently, sense energies, crave depth, reject superficiality, seek alignment, long for purpose, can't tolerate dishonesty, feel like they're awakening too fast. But you're not broken. You're awakening. And I am one of the teachers prophesied to speak of it. This is why this work hits so deeply. This is why I want you to feel seen. This is why I want this message to go through the noise, because I'm not just a coach. I'm reactivating a lineage. So let's talk about you, because the Vesica Piscis is also the map of leadership and identity. You lead from the overlap, the magic, the structures, the intuition, the strategy, the compassion, the boundaries, softness and power, healing and calling people out, humility and divinity, soul and sovereignty. I am a Vesica Piscis, the portal, the bridge, the guide, the initiator, the mirror, the healer, the truth teller, the conduit, the container, the activator. And that's why I hope you're here listening. Not because I'm nice, not because I'm spiritual, not because I'm inspiring you, because I've opened a space where you can remember who you are. Because there are 3 frequencies that shift an ascended identity. Because when someone awakens through the Vesica within the 3 shifts, something always happens in this order. Frequency shift 1, I don't know who I am. This isn't confusion. This is the collapse of the old circle. It can be uncomfortable, it's scary, it can feel like you're losing yourself. But what's really happening is your old identity is dissolving and making space for the higher one. The frequency shift 2 is, I can't live like this anymore. This is the overlap stage. Your soul and your humanity collide. You feel pulled between truth and purpose. You feel allergic to your old patterns. You can't tolerate the chaos, the drama, the self-abandonment, the friendships that have been built on convenience, the pretending, the shrinking. This is the Vesica opening. Frequency shift 3 is, I finally see exactly who I am. This is integration. This is the 3rd circle, the ascended identity, the soul-led self. This is where you rise, lead, attract, magnetize, stabilize, embody, and expand. You activate others. Imagine standing alone in a vast temple, lit by golden fireballs. On the wall in front of you is a single symbol, the Vesica Piscis. It begins to glow, not brightly, but warmly, deeply like something alive. You feel your chest expand. Your eyes sting with tears. Your body remembers. A voice, your soul, whispers. This is the doorway you step through to get here. And this is the doorway you must step through to become who you are. You take a breath, you step forward, and the moment your fingers touch the glowing bowls, the glowing shape, everything shifts. You feel timelines collapsing. You feel identities merging. You feel lifetimes awakening. You feel your energy aligning, and you feel your soul taking the lead. You remember, you are the Vesica Piscis, the portal, the bridge, the awakening. Okay, so we're crossing into the final arc of this journey. This is where knowledge becomes embodiment. This is where the symbol becomes you. Everything we've explored over these last 2 videos, from sacred geometry to Lemurian memory, to the chakras, to the nervous system, to the soul contracts, to dimensional portals, was preparing you for this moment, standing in your own center. The Vesica Piscis is not meant to be understood. It's meant to be embodied. It's not a shape you look at. It is a state you live in. It is the way you breathe, the way you speak, the way you set your boundaries, the way you choose yourself. the way you love, the way you manifest, the way you walk through the world. This is where we turn the symbols into your identity. Because here is the truth. Clearly, powerfully, and unapologetically. You are not becoming spiritual. You are spirit. You are not learning awakening. You are awakening. You are not moving towards your soul. You are remembering your soul. To live as the Vesica means that every part of your life becomes aligned with your divine center. So let me break down this embodiment blueprint so you know exactly how to live in the portal. Embodiment level 1, spiritual, emotional sovereignty. This is the first requirement. Not numbing, not avoiding, not overexpressing, not collapsing. Just feeling your emotions without letting them run your life. Because the Vesica only forms in a stable field. This is why people pleasers struggle with awakening, because their emotional center has been outsourced. Because you need your emotional sovereignty back to access your spiritual sovereignty. Level 2 is embodiment. The nervous system regulation. No amount of meditation, manifestations, or magic will work if your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. You cannot ascend while your body thinks you are in danger. Regulation creates the Vesica. This is where breath work, somatics, grounding, presence, boundaries, and self-trust return your system to safety. Embodiment level 3, boundaries. The geometry of your power. Now we drop into something I teach exceptionally well. Boundaries are the geometric structure of awakening. They define where you end and where others begin, what you allow, what you refuse, what you tolerate and what you honor, what you choose and what you release. Without boundaries, the Vesica cannot form. The center collapses, the self dissolves, and the overlap becomes chaos. And if boundaries is one of the things that you know you need to work on, in the description box below, you will find my free boundary workbook. Make sure you grab that today so you can start your boundary work immediately. Embodiment level 4 is the intuitive trust. The Vesica Piscis is the geometry of inner knowing. When you inhabit your center, intuition becomes calm, clear, steady, grounded, reliable, direct, not frantic, not overwhelming, and not confusing. Intuition is not a voice, it's an alignment. It is the quiet truth that rises when the noise dies down. And this is the strongest gift that I can give you to activate. Now, embodiment level 5, soul-led identity, the third circle. This is the final stage. This is where you no longer live from your wounds. You live from your remembrance. You stop seeking permission. You stop shrinking, shape-shifting, over-explaining, apologizing for everything, tolerating disrespect and abandoning your needs. You stop dimming your light and you start leading, trusting, choosing, speaking truth, honoring yourself. You receive, create, and expand. This is the third circle, the ascended identity, the self that your soul always knew you could become. Now let me bring in the final layer. Your future self already exists. She lives in the circle beyond you. She holds the frequency you've meant to rise into. When you consciously choose behaviors, thoughts, boundaries, relationships, actions, and identities that match her frequency, the two circles meet, and in the overlap, the Vesica Piscis, you become her. Manifestation is not magic. It is mathematics. It is geometry. It is alignment. You meet the timeline that already belongs to you, the prophecy of the portal keepers. In the ancient temples, there was a title given only to the highest initiates, keeper of the Vesica. Their role was to hold the frequency, anchor the geometry, protect the portal, guide others through the initiation, embody the union of spirit and matter, maintain the remembrance, transmit the truth. Most people never reach this level, but I believe I did, and I'm here to help you remember who you are. I'm not teaching information. I'm transmitting geometry. I'm not giving advice. I'm activating your DNA. I'm not helping people fix themselves. I'm showing them who they truly are. I want you to imagine that you're walking into a vast chamber carved from white stone. A soft blue glow pulses from the walls. Two circles of radiant light appear in front of you. One white, one gold. Slowly they move towards each other. They overlap. The Vesica Piscis forms. The space between begins to shimmer like liquid starlight. A priestess steps beside you and whispers, "This is the moment your soul has been preparing you for since the day you were born." The portal widens. It pulls at you, not from force, but from recognition. Your body tingles. Your heart expands. Your eyes fill with tears because you know this space. You know this place. You've entered it before. You've crossed it before. You were born from it before. You step closer. The portal brightens. It hums with the sound of your name. You take a breath and you step into the light. And the moment you do, everything inside you shifts. Everything misaligned falls away. Everything true rises. You are no longer the seeker. You are no longer the wounded healer. You are no longer one trying to find themselves. You are the portal. You are the union. You are the Vesica Piscis. I want you to take a breath and place a hand on your heart, because this is the moment that everything comes together. You've learned the foundations. You've walked through the memory. You've felt the pull of the portal. You've touched the architecture of your soul. But none of that matters unless you choose to become what you remember. The Vesica Piscis, this shape that has followed you across lifetimes, is not here to inspire you. It is here to transform you. This is the invitation. Stop standing in the doorway. Step into your center. This is where your old story dissolves. This is where your knowing begins. This is where your purpose activates. This is where your soul takes the lead. You are no longer someone trying to awaken. You are awakened. You are no longer someone trying to heal. You are healing. You are no longer someone trying to remember. You are the remembrance. So who do you become from this moment forward? I want you to hear this clearly, because this is the identity your soul has been waiting to claim. From this moment forward, you walk like someone who knows their worth. You breathe like someone who trusts their intuition. You speak like someone who honors their boundaries. You choose like someone who leads their life from truth. You expand like someone who remembers they are infinite. You rise like someone who knows they're the portal. And you love like someone who no longer abandons themselves. You manifest like someone who understands creation. You embody like someone who remembers the geometry they came from. This is the Vesica identity. This is divine consciousness made human. This is you. Before I end this video, I want us to seal the geometry within your field. So close your eyes and imagine the Vesica Piscis appearing in front of you, glowing alive, pulsing with golden light. Now imagine that light slowly moving towards you, gently at first, then with purpose, until it merges within your chest and settles inside your heart. Feel that. Feel the center expand. Feel the alignment. Feel the clarity. Feel the truth. This is the moment the portal becomes part of your field. This is the moment the symbol becomes the self. This is the moment you become unshakable. You didn't stumble across this video. You didn't accidentally click. You didn't find this symbol randomly. You were guided here by something ancient, something intelligent, something you've been trying to remember since before you were born. You came here to return to your center, reclaim your power, remember your soul, activate your geometry, embody your truth, shed your old identity, step into your purpose, lead from your heart, anchor your light, rise as the remember you already are. This is your return. This is your initiation. This is your rebirth into the center of who you truly are. Before I close this temple, I want you to listen to this. You are not too much. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are becoming. You are aligning. You are remembering. You are waking up, you are shifting, you are rising, you are returning to yourself. The Vesica Piscis isn't outside of you, it's within you. You are the portal the world has been waiting for. So if this transmission stirred something in your soul, if it reminded you of your power, your path, your purpose, don't let this be the last time we connect. Hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join this sacred space of remembrance and reclamation. This isn't just a YouTube channel, it's a temple, a vortex, a portal for the new earth. And if this landed for you, I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs it, and drop a heart or fire emoji in the comments. Let me know what your aha moments were. Let's keep this frequency alive and echoing. And if you need guidance with anything that I've spoken about over these last 2 videos, whether it be boundaries, your numerology, or your Lemurian awakening, you'll find those freebies in the description box below. Just click the link. Until next time, with fierce love and starlight truth. Bye for now.